vision, she got vision, she got vision, ming, 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 she got vision, she got vision, she got vision, ming, 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 she got vision, she got vision, she got vision, ming, 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 she got vision, she got vision, she got vision, ming, 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 she got vision, she got vision, she got vision, ming, 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 she got vision, she got vision, she got vision, ming, 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 ming.
Okay, hey, howdy, hi, y'all. Welcome to BaddiePride25's Black Queer Joy panel. Thank you so much for rocking with us as we figured out the vibes and when we were going to do things, because that's the real one. But it is an honor to sit here with some of the coolest, the the dopest, the most interesting, the most active, and just generally most creative people out in the TTRPG space right now. So I'm going to let everybody go around and introduce themselves, and then I'll introduce myself. And we'll get into some questions and talk to these awesome people about all the cool things that they've got to say. So we're going to start with what's happening right here. On my left, we have Lamia. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you do, and then you can popcorn it from there.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lamia. I do a lot of things. I am not going to tell you all of them because we'd be here for a while. But my pronouns are they, them. I am a Black queer mental health professional, activist, streamer, etc., etc. Basically, I'm your online and a lot of times not online mental health cryptid. Popcorn too. Uh I don't know anyone. Mark.
Thank you. What's the word, Bloods and Nerds? Is a 41-year-old non-binary boy, Mark J, coming to you live from the nation's capital. I will say that today in this presentation, I will not be acting as a parental figure for Casper, although sometimes pretty much every time we game together, I always end up sunning Casper some kind of way.
Yeah,
but I'm not doing that today. Now we're just colleagues. You can check me out on the Pocketmatic Unlimited. Check out my podcast, None Shot with Mark J, where I interview people about culture, race, and TTRPG space. I'm a facilitator, I'm an organizer, a producer of actual plays. On that note, I'm going to pass it to my friend and colleague, Casper.
Osio, everybody. My name is Casper, the MB Ghost. I am a... Sorry, there is a spider descending from my ring light ever so slowly.
Horrifying.
That's
Anyway, and now it's gone, so I have to burn my entire room. So so before I do that, I am a writer of sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. I do everything and anything. I basically just haunt the internet on any channel that lets me. And this time Mark is not playing my father figure, which is gonna be weird. I'm gonna pass it to Blue before I make that weirder. So not Blue. Blue's not here. Sorry, Brie.
I know we're exactly the
There
same.
we go.
That's fine. I can accept this. Hi, I'm Brie. I use she they pronouns. I just be where on the internet streets places. I like to do TTRPGs. I program. I make websites. I like to do fun things. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, and I will pass it to Aepel.
Hello, people. My name is Apple Juice. It's Apple Juice spelled like Beetlejuice. I am a writer, TTRPG actual player, and 3D artist. You can find me primarily on TikTok and on other Baddiebards projects. I use any and all pronouns. And since I have the memory of a goldfish, Alix, have you let the wonderful people know who you are and what you do? Or am I popcorning
To me,
directly
yeah,
to you?
I was, last on
Popcorn
the.
Alix.
All right, cool. Hey, howdy, hi, y'all. My name is Alix. I use they, them pronouns. Every now and then I be on these internet streets doing stuff and things, specifically around Baddiebards. I am executive producer and creative director over here and current GM, but we've got other stuff happening down the pipeline. And if yeah, I'm gonna be your facilitator for today. I'm going to be the person who's doing the talking and asking the questions, and then these wonderful people are held captive here by little old me. So these poor dears. Let's get on into our questions and commentary. So we're starting off cutesy with a little icebreaker question. So how this is gonna work? Anybody who if the spirit moves you, please speak up. I'm not calling on nobody. We grown. Y'all know how this works. So let's get into our first icebreaker. What is your favorite cookout food?
Baked mac and cheese. Because
Period.
if they're doing it right, there's like sour cream in there and 12 different cheeses.
Correct.
With like a bacon like breaded crust on it. At least that's how I make it.
All right, well, you lost me with
Ooh.
that, but yes, it's.
I'm
no,
sorry, I lost you with bacon.
the bacon bread. Yes, it's the
No,
breadcrumbs.
it's breadcrumbs and like finely chopped bacon bits on top.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
imagining like breadcrumbs interspersed with bacon
Thank
bits,
you.
not
Yes,
like
I
bacon bread in the
okay.
I
same way as
don't
like
know
banana bread is
who
banana
makes bacon
bread.
bread.
Like whole
Okay.
croutons, yeah.
I'm back. I'm back. You got me. I got
Okay.
a toe dipped in.
You were lost and now you are found.
I am feeling insulted. You know what? You can't have any of my lobster mac and cheese either then.
What? That's fair. That's fair. Um
Yes.
Me, mac and cheese, but since Casper already said mac and cheese, I will say candied yams. I know
Ooh.
people don't like making candied yams at the cookout.
That's
Mostly
some
they'll make it at
Mexican.
Thanksgiving, but I think candied yams should be at the cookout each and every time. It's the perfect side. It's sweet. It goes with everything. It's delicious.
Agree. And when you put it up next to the macaroni and cheese,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Next
It's
level.
a
Next level.
little family.
mm-hmm.
Y'all give it.
Uh,
Y'all not giving summer though. Like y'all not giving cookout here. With,
Okay,
with the
alright.
this is so heavy.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Drown after?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys
The
know how to
hell?
get in the
Stay
water.
No plans.
I am
right?
cute
Yeah.
on the shore.
Me,
You-
violently Jamaican, so
y'all
like
gonna
for me,
just,
the
y'all
best
just
favorite
gonna
cookout food
bake
is
with the
oxtails. If there's not
itis?
oxtails at the cookout, I'm not going.
Okay, so there's
Okay, so
oxtails
Apple
now.
just said a whole
Oxtails solid.
mouthful. Apple just said
Sorry,
a whole
sorry, Apple, one
mouthful.
more time, please.
No, I said oxtails. For me personally, speaking just as someone who is violently Jamaican, if there's not oxtails at the cookout, I'm just probably gonna be like standing in the corner, dejected for the entire runway through.
See, I was gonna be over here and be cute and like watermelon because it's refreshing and I be
Yeah.
running around with the kids. And y'all over here having an entire Thanksgiving like family meal with your
Yes.
stuff. I'm just like, okay.
See, every time, so I'm from Florida, so every time they have watermelon at cookouts, they like cut a hole and dump either vodka or gin in the watermelon and like
Delicious.
have that bitch soak. Kids are not
Uh-huh.
allowed at these cookouts.
I don't
Valid.
They have
drink,
Kool-Aid.
so
They have Kool-Aid.
Right?
I don't drink, so that's ruining the watermelon for me.
I don't drink either, so I'm sitting here staring. I'm like, I'm gonna just eat my mac and cheese with my roll over here, and y'all can have fun with that.
I mean,
Okay,
I guess.
here.
Go ahead.
If you want something, if you want something heavy, then what I will say is ribs, because I cook them
Yes.
in the slow cooker first and then grill them so they fall off the bone instantly. They are melt in your mouth, and it is a sweet like it is like a sweet Memphis kind of sauce that I
Oh
use.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so
on
if we're
top of like marinating in garlic and everything while they're cooking in the slow cooker beforehand.
see, like if we're going for something light, then I would probably bring my fish, like my grandma's recipe for fish tacos, because I'm also native. So like we out here with like fish tacos over here, like fried fish taco. Fried fish is just always freaking good, and that's lighter than my mac and cheese.
That's
Okay.
a cookout move, yeah.
That's wonderful. Okay, what about you, Mark? What's your favorite?
I'm gonna go with the other end of the pig. I wrote this in Discord, so I have to drop it in the public. It's a dish called barbecue pig snoot, and exactly what it sounds like. You take the nose of a pig. Now you gotta shave it down. You gotta shave all the hairs, all the bristles off it. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to like a hairy nose. But you score it right. You season it up. Throw it on a barbecue. Let it get real crispy. It's just like a pig skin, basically. Gets real crispy, but it's delicious. It's delicious. You can only really get it in one city, the hood part of one city.
Yeah.
But it's delicious. When I go back to East St. Louis with my family, I love getting them. So
Well, all right
a
then.
barbecue
So
pig
we
snoot.
giving the pig a full body shower
Pretty
before.
Okay.
No, a
Pretty
shave. A
Give it a
shave.
No,
shave,
but that's
bro.
what
Shave
people
the
do
nose.
in
You
their
want hair in
full
your food?
in their full body shower. You shave your legs, you shave all the parts of your
Okay.
body. and then you continue.
Yeah.
Y'all
So
not
the
know how
pig
to-
gets an everything shower, and then an everything shave. It gets like,
Yeah.
The whole
And then we
shebigity, and then you
eat
dip it in
every
sauce
part
and
of
you
it,
eat its
apparently.
nose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No waste.
that's how butchering works, y'all. Have you not made
Yeah.
animals? Like, you pluck the chickens, you shave
Right.
the animals with hair. Like,
Yeah.
please,
here.
y'all, do you not know where your food came from?
No,
I'm
Yeah.
mostly
Eating chickens with the feathers attached.
I eat fish. I eat a lot of fish.
You still have to descale them and
Yeah.
I
debone
do not
them.
descale
Got 'em.
them.
That's
That
true.
is
You don't
that
descale
Wait,
your
what?
fish.
I don't personally descale my
Oh,
fish.
okay, sorry.
I got other
No,
people to
that's
do
fine.
that.
No, that's fine.
Oh, I was about to
Okay.
say,
I was like,
we
you
just eat
eating the
scaly
skin?
fish.
I mean, like
Okay.
on salmon, I will eat the skin
Listen.
because it's freaking delicious.
Valid.
Well, skin is different than the scales. You still have
I
to
was-
descale the fish before you can make the skin crispy and good,
Fair.
because the scales are not actually edible. And
Understood.
the Pride panel is canceled, y'all. This is now a food
This
panel.
is now the cookout. This is now the cookout
Yeah,
discussion
so
channel.
hungry.
Come back 2 weeks from
got the
now.
IC though.
It's fine.
You come back to
In 2 weeks, we'll have Pride. Right now, we have to discuss important issues.
Right. And this is my favorite part of the barbecue, is sitting around my uncles and listen. I like talk shit. I'm like, yeah, Uncle Bobby's barbecue's better than yours, Uncle. And they'll just fight with each other. And I'm like, yeah, argue about barbecue. I don't know. It's just like, I just love talking about food.
See, like, I have not been to a lot of like barbecue type cookouts. Most of my cookouts are like seafood boils and stuff like that.
That's so fair.
That's good too.
So it's like
Also,
crab
a
and
summer
fish
seafood
and
boil
shit.
is
Yeah.
the way to go. I love a summer seafood boil.
Yeah. Also,
Really, here we go.
anybody do Ethiopian stuff and like Azifa?
Ooh.
At the cookout, you have just the like cold lentil salad with the injera. It's so good and it's refreshing too. It's great.
Ooh, you said ooh. Okay, I'm taking notes. I'm glad this is recorded because I need recipes. Is what I'm finding out. All right, y'all. So the ice is sufficiently trampled, stomped, broken. Wonderful, good job.
Melt
We're
ice,
snoots.
abolish it.
Yes.
Melt ice. Okay.
Flame ice.
Flame ice. Let's talk about our origin stories here in the TTRPG space. So whomever would like to go first, let's talk about your supervillain origin story or your superhero origin story. It's totally up to you.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go first. I speak before I think, so that's what gets
Valid.
me in trouble. So I got into the tabletop space when I moved to Korea. That's a story. We'll get into it later. When I first moved to Korea, I was trying to find friends. I was like 19. I had moved in with my parents who had moved over there. My mom was a teacher. My dad was a contractor. And like I needed friends. So I went over there and in the third largest city called Daegu. Absolutely love that city. If you guys ever go to Korea, visit Busan and Daegu. Seoul is like a 1-day trip. Seriously, spend your time in Busan and Daegu. Anyway, so I lived in Daegu for like 3 years, and they have a huge expat community, and they introduced me to Blades in the Dark, and I'm like, I've never played any kind of tabletop game. So I played the super moody hunter chick with a panther with 6 legs as my companion, and like I had just finished watching like the first campaign of Critical Role, and I'm like, sure, I'll be dark and moody and emo and all that. Like my character didn't talk that much because I was really shy. And then that kind of just blew open the doors. The next thing I know, I'm spending $80 on all of the D&D stuff to like just run my own campaign because I went from 0 to 60. And
Real.
then I got online. There was an all call for someone for a channel looking for new players. It was a channel called Tabletop Titties. I played with them. It was my first time playing D&D, and they liked me, and I was there for 2 years, and I've been haunting the spaces ever since.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just put out there. You said Daegu is a cool city with a huge
Yeah.
expat community. I didn't know it had an expat community like that, but you said Daegu, and one of my favorite K-pop boys is from Daegu. So I was like, I'm sitting up here acting like, oh yeah, you gotta go there. Like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know.
Daegu is amazing. It's like I said, it's the third largest city. It's a lake town. There's a like what makes Daegu amazing is they have a centralized downtown area that
Mhm.
never sleeps. They like
Ooh.
close down at 5 a.m. and then wake up again at 8. I'm like, guys, 3 hours of sleep is not healthy. And it's like it's awesome. And then Busan, they have 2 downtown areas, and it's just the biggest beach city ever.
Oh wow.
Absolutely amazing. I had a blast. And then Seoul is incredible because it's the capital.
Hmm.
But like you can hit all the cool stuff in Seoul like in a week, but really it's just like it's Seoul, it's really busy. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of noise, and no one ever actually leaves Seoul. So I'm
Hmm.
just saying, like, visit Busan, visit Daegu. It's not as scary as the movie Train to Busan. Trust me.
Oh,
That movie
okay, valid.
traumatized me. I'm sorry.
I still have not seen that movie, even
I
though
watched
like
that
one of
movie on a
my
train to Busan.
Maybe the
oh, we're
best zombie
bold. We're
movie
bold.
ever. Deeply brave of you. Wow.
Very bold. Um okay, so whoever would like to go next, let's talk about your TTRPG origin story.
My origin was basically in high school. I had also like just gotten into like Critical Role, and I was like, that seems fun. Um, I could probably do that, and so I tried to get a D&D group together with my friends, and no one wanted to DM. And then other people, everyone was interested, and no one wanted to DM. And so I just ended up DMing for that, and I ended up DMing 8 players for my first ever D&D experience.
Me
Yeah,
too.
yep,
When I say
Y'all
deep
are
and
end, we were
bold.
stupid.
yep, yep. And so I was like, you know what? I don't know anything about the Forgotten Realms, and if they ask me a question about the world, I don't want to have to look it up. So I'll just make an entire new world, so that if I don't know something, I can just lie and have it be true, and that just seems easier. Um,
I
and
mean
that
it
is
is.
how the spiral into the TTRPG abyss happened. And a few years back, I sort of stumbled upon an actual play. Kind of gotten into the community there and stumbled upon Baddiebards shortly afterwards. The rest is history. But yeah, just a forever DM spiraling endlessly, and now I finally get to play in a wonderful game DM'd by a wonderful DM, Alix, on Echo. So
Aw.
very, very fun. A very good time.
8 people is buck wild. Y'all are buck wild. I have been DMing for what, 3 years? Never had more than 6. I'm gonna keep it that way.
Yeah,
8
see,
is nuts.
it was the queer audacity in me that was like, I could do this. Like Matt Mercer can do it. He's been doing it for what, 20 years? I can do it. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah,
Seems easy
yeah,
enough.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Seems easy enough. No,
It's
no
just
skip.
telling a story
That's
and juggling like everything. It's fine.
Matt Mercer can do it has been like one of the downfalls of this whole community.
Yup.
let's wake that up.
that
Let's wake
phrase
that
right
right
now,
on
Matt
up.
Mercer can do it.
Let's wake that right on up. Okay, so who's next? You want to tell us about your TTRPG origin story?
I'll go. Long story short, or long story long, I was a teenager who dealt with maladaptive daydreaming a lot, and I
Mhm.
was like, I need an outlet for all of these characters and stuff that I have. Was on like TikTok or something. Somebody put out a um essentially a Discord group for uh black girls in TTRPG, and I was like, great, oh my gosh, like I've tried TTRPG before but it never really worked out. We would have like
Mhm.
2 sessions and then everybody would just stop.
Mhm.
Like they're like, we're not
Yeah.
going to do this anymore. And then I was like, you know what, I can DM, probably this looks like fun, this is a good
Mm.
outlet. Did that, and when I tell you, I would have like we would end up having like 6-hour sessions.
Oh wow.
Um And we did that for like a year, and then I got burnt out and was like, I'm never doing this again. And then fast forward, time passes. I apply for like an actual play call with some people that I do not talk to anymore, but all the other people are great. Did that, then went somewhere else, and then I guess people started like knowing who I was, and they'd be like, hey, do you want to do something? And I was kind of in the place where I was like, I'm trying to get more comfortable with just showing up as myself on camera. Cause like I was very much the person that's like, before I go on camera, I have to put on makeup and like a wig. I can't be like bald headed on camera, like all that shit. And I'm just like, my face is just my face. So I was just like, let's just keep doing this. And then hopefully, I don't know, exposure therapy or something. And I kept doing it. And then I guess I'm funny. Like I'm funny. I keep it real, and I guess people like that. And now I just show where I'm asked to be shown. And sometimes I go places where I'm not asked to be shown, and I show up anyway. So and they keep me there. And that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah. You said maladaptive daydreaming and I felt called out. Like I
was
thought
like,
we was cool.
I need a place to put this.
Yeah. You got on TikTok. I got on Microsoft Word. Okay, whomever would like to go next.
I feel
I
that
can go.
Microsoft Word though. Sorry.
Oh. So, yeah, in college, I started playing Dark Heresy with a group of folks in the dorm because I went to nerd school. And so I'm one of those people who I did not play D&D until a solid decade or more into TTRPGs. And so I I played in college, and then sometime in 2017, 18, before that, I started doing a podcast, and it was just like an explainer podcast, and I got real bored real fast. And then I realized that I could have Black queer folks play TTRPGs and then talk about the parallels between like the game and like how it in mental health and like the impact of the game and just gaming community mental health. So I switched woke mental wellness into that, and from there ended up getting involved with some streaming folks. Shout out to Cypher of Tyr. Ended up writing for Into the Motherlands and consulting on the show. And it's been ridiculous ever since. And now I'm all over the place and some people's cup of tea and other people's villain.
Period. We love duality. Okay, last but not least, what about you, Mark? Tell us about.
I'll say I don't think you're living if you're not someone's villain. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But my story, it was like in 2018-ish. I was going through a really, really, really dark time. My therapist was like, Mark, we know you're depressed, but now you got to get a life. I was like, damn, okay. So I went off. She was a good therapist, one of the best I ever had. I went online, went on Facebook, looked for some Black D&D groups. Found a really good one. Got really lucky. Replied to a call. We became a podcast called Devrim Adventures. We won like the 2022 Blurred Podcast of the Year that year. But just being in a all Black D&D group was like healing, was spiritual for me. Like, ooh, that felt. I just remember feeling so good in the game, after the game, before the game. But from there, I got into the space. Was invited to play with, I think, Queen's Court Games. Yeah, Queen's Court Games invited me to play with them, and I've just been kind of in the space doing my thing ever since. Playing games, running games, producing, doing the podcast. Sometimes playing a character that is parenting Casper's characters.
Thank you, Daddy.
Casper started playing as a emo goth kid back when you started playing and never stopped.
No, I
Shout
did
out to
not.
Cat. That's what I'm saying. You've been,
I found my niche and I
yeah.
stuck to it. I was like, this is the archetype I like playing. This
As
is
far
the
as
archetype I will only play.
that's been my observation. But yeah, that's me. I just love playing games. I love getting together with people. I love bringing people together with games. So that's kind of where my genesis is with everything. Is my
Heck yeah.
therapist saying I got to get a life. So
Listen, shout out to your therapist for real, because that's dope, that's deep, and that's real, honestly. You mentioned like playing at an all black table being almost a spiritual experience, and I have to commiserate with you on that because I agree. When I'm not gonna go like too deep into detail, but I got into TTRPGs ages ago because of Taz, yada yada, and I got frustrated because there were, to my knowledge, no people out there who looked like me and were like me who were doing this. And so when we put together the Baddiebards table, all black, all queer, all trans, it felt like that. It feels like that. Like
Yeah.
it's very much a spiritual, very much a positive and open-hearted experience, which I deeply appreciate. And it brings a level of like authenticity to TTRPGs that you just don't get. Like if a person is playing a black character but they not black, you know what I mean? Like I've seen that, and it's worrisome. But you know, people gonna do what they want to do, and at our tables we do it right. So that's that. The feeling of seeing yourself in others and feeling seen by others. Yes. Got it. Got you. Of course. All right. So what?
I'm gonna jump in and say like,
Oh,
what happened?
somebody subscribe. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, baby.
I'm gonna
All
say
right.
that. So I just wanted to say that every time that I'm on Baddiebards or I play with anybody from Baddiebards, it feels like a coming home of sorts, because I was introduced to this at primarily white tables, and I was like, okay, that's fine, because I'm me. I've looked like this, and I've lived in Florida my entire life, so like I'm used to being the only dark face in a crowd. So I'm like, all right, whatever. This is just like I'm growing up. And then I come on here and I meet other people who are black and nerdy and beautiful just like me. And I'm like, yo, where y'all been?
We've been here, babes. We've been
Oh my
here.
God.
It's funny, like when we started Baddiebards, there, to our knowledge, we started the first all black, all queer, all trans. But since we've started, in the intervening years, we have seen so many people who have been here longer, so many people who have started out new. Like it's bonkers. Like if you build it, they will come. I tell you what, there is something iconic and glorious about the veracity with which black, queer, and trans people specifically cling to TTRPGs. It's great. I love seeing it. So when you said it's like coming home, that's literally it. That was the point. That was the point of Baddiebards from its inception, is to welcome people to our table. Like fuck yeah, we need that. We need that for real. So let's chat a bit about how you bring your black queer experiences to the game, because all of us here are, we got a little limp wrist, got a little sugar in the tank. It's okay. So cool. Let's talk about it. How do you bring that forward when you're playing your TTRPGs?
All my characters are black and all of my characters are queer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever make a character that is not black or queer. Even if they got blue skin, green skin, if they're like, 7 feet tall, 5 feet, like, you know what I mean? Like 3 feet tall, whatever it is. They are black and they are queer. And I, like, I always put like, there will always be a bit of myself in the character. And all of me is black and queer. I don't know how else to say it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel that. Like so the trick that I found with my characters is like I play the character I don't try and play like a race or anything like that. I'm trying to play the character,
Mhm.
and I don't know what that character's gender is because that's the least important thing to me. Unless I'm playing a
Mhm.
trans character, and then I'm like, well, now I'm going through like gender stuff, so that is kind of important. But like,
Mm.
that's how I figured out my own queerness, and so that's how I feel comfortable presenting that in my all my characters. Like the way I identify most of my characters, like with Brie before I played a trash goblin. Um with Mark I played a sad kid, like a sad boy with an eye. Like my pronouns are fight me or like I want or something like that. Like I don't have like I have concepts. I don't have like gender. It's
That
not a thing that I play.
resonates
So
Valid.
so heavy.
That's so
yeah.
fucking valid.
Yeah.
So like my like that and my characters like I don't there's an this not I suffer from being tactless, so this might be tactless. But there are enough white characters out in media right now that I don't feel the need
Wake
to
it up.
play any of them. So
Wake it
like
up. Wake it right on up.
I was like, I'm so fine playing someone who looks like me, like exploring my native roots or exploring my blackness, my specific brand of blackness, which is anything but bland. Um
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I feel about characters.
Fuck yeah.
We're not a
So
Fuck
like
yeah.
for for me it's a situation of, so I'm adopted,
Mhm.
and so it's also just the permission and the readiness to explore and to weave things into narrative and out of narrative. And so like whether it's creating a character or creating a game, it's about the fact of like where your positionality makes its way into everything we do.
Mhm.
And the white supremacy culture of it all is denying that fact.
Mhm.
Like it the when you sanitize stuff, right? Like in order to not have black queerness in my stuff, I would have to forcibly remove it, right?
Mm.
Which is
Right.
an act of violence. And
Right.
so I adamantly refuse, right? Like if I'm going to do violence, it's going to benefit me. I'm
Period.
not I'm not doing I'm not
That right
doing
there.
violence to do the oppressor's work for them. Fuck that.
That right
So
Period.
there.
it's unapologetic, right? So like
Mm.
mental health is in things. Whenever I was writing for Motherlands, one of the things I did was an imagining of what a mental health profession would look like if it was rooted in Afrocentricity, if it was rooted in an Afrocentric world sense. Notice I say world sense, not view, because
Mhm.
we're not doing the lecture today. But the whole thing, like it's always there. This current season of Woke Mental Wellness is, we are being real and talking about what it is to be a Black activist and nonprofit worker and having all of these subtle violences mixed with like the end of the world. It's
Mm.
always there. And I think I've spoiled myself with like enforcing constantly like majority black tables, or at the bare minimum majority knows how I roll tables, because I don't, a lot of times like people will be like, no racism, no sexism, no anything at
Good.
the game. And
Good.
I'm like, listen, I am here to explore my experience, and to have absolutely no whiff of any of that stuff is a whitewash,
Mm.
and it
Mm.
does not work. And so being able to be more realistic with lines and veils is also part of my character stuff of like, listen, I'm not saying I want y'all to come in and call me the hard R. What I am saying is more than likely I'm going to want to be able to explore something adjacent to these or themes that are related to this. And if
Mhm.
there's no room for that whatsoever, it's most likely not a table I'm interested in.
See, that's what I found with my safety tools, and I don't mean to get this off topic, but like I do like with the stories that I like to tell, there's a lot of people out there who's like, no, no sexism, no racism, no anything, no transphobia or anything like that. I'm like, cool, all right. That is going to limit the kind of character I build though, because like my existence is political, and like if you don't want to discuss
That's true.
politics, like I don't know what I'm gonna give you here. Like I can't. I will give you my fight me character and we can get this story rolling. But like I do want to have more nuance to this character other than like, oh hey, there's a door, let me punch it, like kind of situation, you know?
Yeah. No, I have to give Lamia and Casper, I'm gonna have to give y'all your flowers for that, because I am really and truly one of those people who's like, no sexism, no violence, no racism, no blah blah blah. And it's not because I don't acknowledge that those things exist. It's because for me, when I am playing TTRPGs, my focus is existing outside of that context, like building a story outside of the context of oppression, because that just makes the most sense to me. However, that you do have a point. It does limit the stories that you can tell, because the reality of the situation is that we live in the worst goddamn timeline sometimes. And these things do exist, and they plague us, like us, royal us, as a general rule. Right? So like, we can do a pronouns fight me character and tell a great story and have a good time with that. But also, if we want to really like crack into some shit, I don't know, maybe I need to quit sanitizing my game so much. Y'all got a point. Y'all got
I
a point.
also like this discussion mostly because I also typically, like, on my lines and veils, typically I'll be like, no racism, no transphobia, etc., etc. But I also realize, and I was actually talking about this with somebody about the nuance of those no's and yeses, because for me, I always play around, like in every single character I have, I always play around with some form of othering, like with some form of oppression. It may not be racism, it may not be homophobia, it may not be transphobia, but every single one of my characters, there is like, the world that we are in, there is some sense of othering, and my character is like either trying to surpass it or fight it themselves. Like, it's always like we're fighting somebody because of something cultural, spiritual, whatever it be. And when you think about it, like, that still plays with the same themes that racism, transphobia, homophobia deal with. You know what I mean? So I love the idea of like maybe coming up with something more nuanced to even put on those lines of veils. Because I noticed that when you're not playing with Black people, if you say like, oh, I want a little bit of like, or if you say no racism, it's almost like they act like your race, like race doesn't exist, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Right.
And I don't want
It becomes
that.
colorblind.
It is
Right.
difficult.
Yeah,
it
that's
is
not
difficult
what I
for
want.
certain people to imagine race without racism. So when
Yeah.
you say no
That's so
racism, they
true.
hear no race.
That's
And like,
true.
I know, like for me, like personally, like for my lines and veils, I always put like, for like racism, transphobia, like sexism, things like that, I always put like yellow, and then like in the notes, as long as I can kill the bigots.
See,
Like
thank
as long as
you.
like, as long as the plot, as long as the plot of the campaign is not okay,
Oh my
like
gosh.
the same, like, okay, this is like, oh, it's just racism because it's more realistic in the world, and you just have to live in
No.
this world now because it's more realistic. Like, no, I put yellow, and I explicitly say, unless the plot of the campaign is me getting to kill these people and me getting to deal with these fucking problems, I don't want to see it, and that's why it's yellow.
Yeah,
And that's
my
usually, like,
power
my
fan.
goal. Yeah.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
My
Go
power
ahead.
fantasy is not going murder hobo on like random civilians. I do not dream of genocide. My power fantasy is being able to tear down these systems. But if that's the power fantasy that we're playing, it means I do have to be able to depict the systems I'm tearing down. And that's what gets me. And that's why increasingly the like binary, like broad lines and veils, I honestly, especially with tables I'm comfortable with, especially with like Black tables, I'm moving away from them and I'm moving into just conversations, because if you can't tell me that you don't want a thing and define it. Not old enough to ride this ride. Like, that's the story we should be telling. If we can't have the nuance of, hey, I want to explore these systems, but I don't want slurs, and I want to be a terrible person, but I don't want it to be malicious to the table. If we cannot have those grown ass conversations, we should not be trying to tell grown ass stories. If we cannot be accountable to ourselves and each other, if we cannot use our words and define what we mean, then yeah, that is the time to say hardline binary, yes this, no that. But I get so sick of binaries. I want to have the 4-axis grid lines and veils where everything's on a slider, and we can talk about how much and in what ways, and we have these dramaturgical conversations.
Consent with dimensions as opposed to a straight line.
Right.
Yeah.
I need a
Yes.
4-dimensional lines and veils. Like, I need
4D lines and veils sheet coming soon to Baddiebards.
No, it exists already. It exists already.
Really?
Who made you Bezos? Somebody help me. Who made you Bezos? That dev.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know the game you're talking about.
Yeah, so that dev has it. It was the J Dragon. Thank you, chat.
Oh my god.
J Dragon did a whole post about it and has a sample and everything. You can find a like snippet of that on their Blue Sky. Like, it already exists and I love it. And like the sliders, but yeah.
See, I will say that does bring up a certain point. I would only feel comfortable doing something like that on a channel like Baddiebards, where I know everyone has had experience with it to a degree. Like, you can't. There are some channels that you can be like
heavy and complicated topics. Yeah.
That's
full disclosure. I don't do it if I'm not with all Black people. I just don't.
That part.
Like, it just doesn't happen because I just don't really trust anybody. There are very few people who can do it right. Like, it's just, or very few people who have not experienced it firsthand who can do it right.
Yeah, and of course, like, on the like other end of that, there's like also people who just don't want that, because in like their Black queer escapist fantasy, they just don't have to deal with systems of oppression, and they just want to sit down for a few hours with people that they can trust and slay dragons and save princesses, and that's also great, and we also deserve that.
Very valid,
but I
because
think
there are some times when I don't want to.
Incredibly valid.
Yeah, I think the two can exist. Like, I don't see why we got to put two bad bitches against one another. You feel me? Like, personally, I genuinely feel like to have a power fantasy that is completely devoid of oppressive systems in general, where you can just be the good guy and like be the hero or whatever. Black and brown people, Black people specifically, especially, deserve that. Like, that power fantasy. We deserve that escapism. We have that right to take up that space and be the hero for once. That's great. But also, Lamia, y'all generally bring up a very good point. Like, to really get into the nitty gritty and tell a story, like to tell a story with some meat and potatoes, that works too. And it's great.
And I think it's a difference of like, for certain people, their power fantasy exists of like, okay, our society is perfect, and then there are these outside forces that are evil forces that we need to defeat. Whereas I feel like for people in like Black queer spaces, our power fantasies tend to inherently recognize systems are imperfect, they are geared towards oppression, and our power fantasies come towards upending and dismantling those systems of oppressions, as opposed to preserving a perfect, system that's already existing. And I think that's why we tend to lean kind of more towards games with like nuance and or those sorts of difficult themes to tackle.
Oh yeah.
Because at the end of the day, sorry,
keep going.
Oh no, you get it. I was just thinking about the number of times I've had to sit and explain to white DMs or white producers of like, and no racism, no sexism, no transphobia rules are bullshit, and times they're just like, oh, what? Huh? I'm like, no, let me explain to you, because you need education, but I'm gonna break it down for you. but here's why you were wrong. And it kind of, I can see the fog lift from their eyes usually. But someone's got to tell them. Someone's got to tell them, like, as Lamia said, like, for us to tell a complete story about a character as a Black character in a realistic world, how I can't even imagine a Black character in a realistic world that hasn't faced oppression.
Yeah.
Let alone a Black queer character that hasn't faced oppression. It's like you're telling me I can't tell my story. So I'm just echoing what Lamia said. It's just like, you telling me I can't tell my story if you say off the rip, no racism, no sexism, no transphobia. Like, allow my character to be full.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Hell yeah. Allow my character to be fucking full. Let's put that on a t-shirt. Allow me to play my fucking story.
And a big plate of ribs right next to him.
And a big plate of ribs.
Look, if you want the heavy
pig
stuff,
snout.
there's space in tabletop, because all it is storytelling. If you want heavy stuff, there should be space where you can tell that respectfully, and you can have your heavy mac and cheese with your ribs and all that.
Nope.
And if you want something light like watermelon and fish tacos, you should be able to have your watermelon and fish tacos.
Full circle.
I will full circle sit.
Maybe
I don't give a
twice.
fuck. I'm a writer, y'all.
720.
Full circle.
We love
a callback.
Truly. But yeah, I think like that really is it. Like, if you want something heavy, you should be able to have something heavy. If you want something light, or if you want something that's like, again, like no racism, no transphobia, no sexism. If you want to explore your character being full outside of a system of oppression, if you want to use this system and this game that is inherently a space of imagination and things outside of reality to explore a space for your character to be who they are without a system of oppression and without these things to worry about, there's room for both. There's room for both the ribs and the watermelon.
Yes. That's
Can
why
I-
it's the cookout. Yes.
Can I be spicy for a second?
Please.
Let's
I'll go for it.
Let's wake it up.
I'm also really sick of us acting like heavy things aren't heavy. Like,
Yeah.
people be playing about this and acting like, well, I just want a light story, but then they craft this story about like multi-planet genocide and act like it's not heavy. And
Oh,
I
no.
have so many questions. It's like, yeah, we don't want all that in the story. We just want to have fun. And then suddenly, though, we're like taking on a whole prison system. And then I get really confused, because when people tell me, hey, we're not going to have, racism, sexism, colonialism, and then you put prison in things, I get really confused, because I have a systems analysis and I know how these things work. And you just told me those things aren't going to be in the game, but now there's a cop here.
Well,
So
obviously, these are the bleep blorbs and not Black people, so it's not heavy at all. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
these are the fictional bleep blorbs.
We're the
planet that got
liberators.
blown up,
Okay.
all right, no like real marginalized group.
To add to that, something that is extremely important to me. So I'm like one of those world builders who are literally like, I need to know every step. If this thing exists, why does it exist in this world? And I was actually talking about this with Intergalactic Teas, which is like a TTRPG me and Blue made, is that when we were creating it, and I actually was DMing a game for it, which will eventually be out in the ether. I literally said, like, here is this whole new planet that has its own form of oppression, their own thing or different that they're dealing with, which is, for example, an absence of color. There's no color in this world. It's just grayscale, right? So if that is the world that exists, and they also have a ballroom scene, there has to be some sort of oppression happening on this world for there to be a ballroom scene, because that's why ballroom scenes were created. Ballroom scenes were created by Black queer people because they weren't accepted in the white queer spaces. And so if that's going to exist in this whole new world that we have created, there has to be a form of oppression that exists on this world that form the culture. And the music has to be different. The music can't be our music, because it's not what informs that culture. Like, I literally had like the way that they handled the ballroom scene was like entirely different and new, but it was still authentic to that planet. And that's the thing that people don't be thinking about.
Yeah. Well, I find it. Sorry, I find it's like the Steven Universe-ification of it. Like
Mhm.
Steven Universe is about genocide and war. Like
Yep.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is also about genocide and war. She-Ra and the Princesses of Power,
Ooh,
genocide and
And
war.
war. Yep.
Like it's the cartoonification of these things that to introduce it to a young audience. Fantastic, love that. But if the audience then grows up and is like, I want to explore these things, but I don't have the actual nuance to, like, I saw the cartoon version and I did not take it a step further. That's all I've got. So like I still want it to be cute, but I still want to be able to save the world, you know? Like it's hard for people to like find the darker side of the cuteness. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
We have to stop making Nazi shit cute though.
Thank
Like
you.
Looking hard
stop
as fuck at
uncritically
Rebecca
doing
Sugar.
the My
I'm just
Diamond
saying.
salute.
I'm saying. I'm looking hard. Listen, I love Steven Universe as much as the next person. I could not stand that show for years because of what was going down. Like Nazis, genocide, doing the salute, killing people indiscriminately, subjugating people indiscriminately. Like, I love Steven Universe for what it is now, kind of, but I'm still looking at them sideways for the way that they did, the way that they handled the diamonds. Oh, will they get a redemption arc? I'm sorry, Nazis don't deserve a redemption arc.
I was just like to say, and this is gonna be a spicy take. I was like, why are the diamonds dead? Like, I was like, why are
Thank you.
They're still here?
Yes.
Oh, we're friends?
Right.
That's what I'm gonna say too. If we want to go with the utopian premise that everyone can be redeemed, y'all better make them work for it.
Right.
I'm okay.
Yes.
I'm okay with a redemption arc if I have been shown the hot coals, watched them drag, watched the suffering, watched them atone to every single thing, and watched the harms that can be undone be undone. But what really grates my nerves, and it happens all the time in TTRPGs, and as someone who likes villains, like, not everybody needs to be redeemable. Because we are not going off of that premise. And with Steven Universe, like, since we're talking about that specifically, like, there was not enough work. And this idea of white Christian oppressor forgiveness is not for me. It has never been for me. It has never benefited me. And in fact, it is the root of what continues to try to kill me. So like, I love Steven Universe, but nah, fam, there needs to be accountability. This idea.
People want their redemption arc, but they don't want to write Zuko for 3 seasons.
That's what I mean. The level of atrocity, like, the redemption has to equal at least the level of atrocity. If you having created or done heinous crimes, I need to see your arc needs to somehow balance out those heinous crimes. And it's possible, but I need to see you go through hell and back. I need to see you suffer. I need to see you struggle, because that, like, and people are like, well, why do you want to see people in pain or suffer? What do you think the people that they did all this shit were doing?
So y'all tell me
those off colors were underground.
They were in the dirt.
Ain't no showers. Ain't no. I'm just saying. I know there's no showers on Homeworld, but you know what I mean.
So y'all are telling me a 3-minute really catchy song can't redeem a character? It was like a really catchy ass song.
It worked in Hades Town. That's a whole other rabbit hole I'm not going to go down.
Let's have Steven Universe sing a song to our president and see if that changes things real quick. Let's just see if that changes things real quick.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
I got one too. Yep.
No, what's that?
The telepathy got real loud there for a second.
Okay. We have really chewed into this question, and I would love to continue. Some of us here have made some games. So I know Brie was talking about intergalactic teas. What about everybody else? Are there games that you have created that you use to incorporate your Black queer experience?
I like making hacks of games.
Mhm.
There was a game called Hometown Holiday that I played one time, and it was just stuck in my head. And it was I don't remember the creator. I'm so sorry. I played it on a guest channel, like, so now I got to look it up.
Mhm.
That was with
But
us, right? For Black History Month.
no, no, that's the one that I made. That's the hack that I made.
Yeah.
So my hack was is hometown horrors. It was basically taking all the horror tropes and turning it into, instead of being a romantic holiday like comedy, I turned it into a horror film. And I specifically looked at a bunch of, like, I basically turned it into the blackening. I looked at horror tropes where like that harmed Black folks the most, and not the most, but like that targeted Black folks and queer folks and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, let me see what I can
Nice.
do with this. And I wrote one, and then I played it on Mark's channel, and that was fun.
Heck yeah.
Kid Nick wrote the original. Find it on Itch.
There we go. Hell yeah.
I'm not a game developer, so I can't say nothing. I'm always in awe of people who can sit and write a game. So
That's
this
I
is
already
your
talked about
space.
Motherlands. Oh, I can talk about Data Do Battle. Yeah.
Data Do Battle. Do
Yeah.
tell.
Intrigued.
So I like making fun ideas, and I went ahead and started making a game idea and then did a show at PAX Unplugged about it. And
Fuck
so
yeah.
I watch dating reality shows because my clients got me into it, and it helps me understand the wild shit they expect from relationships, because
Mhm.
I am very Black, I am very queer, and I am very non-monogamous and very kinky. So like
Period.
yeah. So that's they're dystopian as hell. And I decided, why not go all the way? So I made a game / am making a game. I still have to actually write it in a form that I can issue it out. But basically, imagine the button mixed with a fight pit. And so you start off on a speed date, and at any point, so it's TTRPG characters. So I have people bring in their characters, and we just have a kind of basic kind of PTB a sort of situation. We strip the powers and stuff. And so they bring in the character, and the characters date. And they have up to 5 minutes, but at any point they can press the button and initiate the battle phase.
Ooh.
And in the battle phase, if they decide they don't want to date each other, they fight each other. And there are different kinds of battles that you can do. So it doesn't have to all be physical. And so it can also be as sensually charged as you would like it, or not. And so and the host is the ruler of the dimension that everyone has been pulled into for this game, and eggs them on. And turns out, we found out during the show, also dateable.
Hey yo.
So like that's my Black queerness, is like, I do relationships weird, and I think about things weird. And so like when I see reality TV shows and everybody's like, oh my God, Love Island, it's great. And I'm like, this is dystopian as hell. You all have ruined love. I need y'all to get the hell off the TV and read bell hooks. What are we doing? So I made a game about it. And then I wore like 8 or 9 inch rainbow heels to host in. And that was fun.
Come on, 9 inches. We better work.
Are you
Bitch, you
coming
better stop.
back
Let's
for
go.
this year for PAX? Because I mean, I might have a couple of characters that
I
would
work
absolutely
there.
love.
I'm
Oh, okay.
the PAX Together intersection, the storytellers program. I'm the
Oh.
lead for Unplugged.
Cool.
So apply.
Oh,
Oh hell yeah!
Applications are out, folks.
Oh my
noted.
gosh.
I was going to anyway, but now I'm definitely going to.
Hell yeah!
Streaming, I need that immediately in my hands.
Right.
I will
I need
pay
that in
you
my
all of the
veins.
money. I will
Oh my
put it in my
God.
veins, inject it. I mean, I already talked a little bit about intergalactic teas, but for me, my black queerness in games, some people are gonna feel a type of way about this, but I play my games for it to be played by black queer people. And
Period.
people who are not black and queer can play it, but it's for black queer people. And when I created intergalactic, or when we created intergalactic teas, because really Blue started it originally. And I think how it started is that Blue had like the base bones idea, and Blue had like a lot of stuff already, and then they were like, I just need I just need some assistance. And I was like, all those years of fanfic writing and and wanting to be a game developer but never actually doing it are coming to fruition. And then we just put our little claws into it. But basically our concept is essentially like, hey, by default, y'all are black and queer in the ballroom scene. That's just what your planet's vibe is. The planet that you originated from, you could have immigrated to this planet. It's called Estrie or whatever. But already where you live is that world. You have a house parent who is like, you know, like your mother, but they don't have to be a woman. You know what I mean? Like, but that is the person who takes care of you. They can be older than you, younger than you. It's all about found family. These are your siblings, like in a sense, you know. And then you essentially go to other planets and, not to be dramatic, but liberate. You know what I mean? Like everybody, like there is this federation called the Plain Jane Federation, which is run by this lame ass bitch who's all beige and she does not like anything fun. And every single planet has its own ballroom scene, but every single planet deals with its own oppressions. And it's like, hey, how does, because I'm a huge mental health person. I love, like, I deal with a lot of mental health stuff. And I also have read a lot of books and I'm also hyperfixated. So essentially, I think about, okay, what if you have gone through, like, in this fantasy world, if you have gone through X, Y, and Z, like, how does that change or impact the person that you become? Like, how would that change different types of people with different types of personalities? There's like hundreds and thousands of people on this planet who have experienced this shared trauma, this shared thing. How do all these different people handle it? Like, what do those things look like? And then how does the handling of that thing make it so that there's a section of people that are ostracized and they create community for themselves? And then what does the culture of that community look like? Like, because they're gonna take parts of their own, like, think about ballroom culture, right? Like, a lot of the music that plays are like black ass songs. You know what I mean? But even though some of those people may feel ostracized by the black community, like, because they are black and queer, you know what I mean? They still play black ass music because that's part of their culture. They still play queer ass music because that's part of their culture. You know what I mean? So it's like, how does one from a completely different background with a completely different set of oppression take little bits of culture to that impression that matter to them and create an entirely new scene that doesn't exist? It's all created in your mind. It's not real. But if the all the stepping stones are there, what does it become? I just think it's cool.
It
I
is
think it's
You've been told to
neat.
talk about Hoochie Heist, by the way.
Oh, I've been told.
Yeah. What's Hoochie Heist?
Please do.
Okay. So Hoochie Heist is also a game that Blue and I are working on, and it's essentially like everybody is like a hoochie. You could be a hoochie mama, a hoochie daddy, a hoochie NB, and you essentially are a bad bitch. You dress fly as fuck, you're hot as fuck, you're sexy as fuck, and you pull off heists. You steal things, you liberate people, you, like, thinks of like if Blade of the Dark was like all hot people and sexy and black as hell,
I'm offended.
And
All of my Blades in the Dark characters are hot as hell.
yeah, well, not everybody's is, and it's required in this game. Okay, you have
Period.
to be hot, you have to be sexy, you can be a little slutty. You know what I mean? We love that here,
Mhm.
and put all of that energy. Like, you're a bad bitch. Think Totally Spies. You are a bad bitch. You are serving cunt. You are serving, and you are saving things, stealing things, liberating people. Like, all of that stuff. Is the other game Blue and I are working on. And we are very excited about it.
That sounds
But
good.
yes.
It's great. And we're gonna leave you with that little tidbit, with that little nugget, so that way you can sit here and salivate over this game because it's dope as all fuck. And we're gonna disappear for about 15 minutes to go be human beings, and we will be back in 15 minutes and talk to you guys a little bit more. So we will see you then. have returned. We are back from being human beings, for the most part. So we're going to dive into another question here. So let's talk a little bit. We talked a bit about how we bring our authentic selves to games. Let's talk about what keeps you guys motivated to create. What are some things that really wake you up in the morning as far as what you do? Because there's a lot of multivariate things that are happening with the people on this panel. So let's talk about it.
Spite.
Thank
Period.
you. Someone
And say it
else
louder
said it.
again. With a cute little echo effect, we'll add it in post.
Oh, you are my hero. Just so you know, you're now my hero. You've made the wall. You're my hero. Oh my god, yes.
Made the wall.
I'm a visual
All,
person,
all
Mark.
caps. All caps.
I will
Put
take
name
you
on
off
the
the
wall.
wall.
Definitely spite. Yeah, definitely I think a deeply felt like inherent like feeling that there are stories that need to be told that haven't been told yet. And I think that like we are in like a very unique position to be able to tell them, to be able to make the representation that hasn't been seen yet or has been underrepresented and undersaturated in a space that is basically almost like, it feels like specially geared towards us. Like it feels like this TTRPGs are just like an inherently like queer and sort of like almost like a fringe niche thing like for people like us.
Yeah.
What motivates me to like tell stories is that there are stories that need to be told. And so one, spite, and then two, almost like a sense of like passion and like responsibility almost of like, we've been here for so long, and at the very least I haven't seen a lot of stories like them, and so I kind of just wake up and decide to fix that almost. It's like is my thinking.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that. What comes to my head is because I live my life through quotes, so with great power comes great responsibility, and so I have the queer audacity to say like I can tell this story, and this story needs to be told, and I wholeheartedly feel that like there if like I exist. I cannot be the only me that exists. You know, like there is another queer, non-binary, transmask, like kid from Florida, like little black kid from Florida who's trying to reconnect with their native roots and stuff like that. Like I am not the only one that fits that mold, and so I am talking to that kid specifically. Oh, if not that kid, then the other one that's coming behind them. Like I want to leave something behind that they can find and be like, hey, I didn't see a lot of me, but I at least saw me somewhere. And that's how I just approach writing. Not necessarily like game development or anything like that, but that's how I approach that's how I approach every single story that I have, is for those non-existent children, or like those children. I know that they exist, I just don't know them personally. Like I'm doing it for them, so you're welcome, randos, in the past, present, or future.
You're welcome, randos. Put it on
You're welcome, randos.
randos.
I'm eloquent, I know.
As fuck, yes.
I'm gonna definitely say from spite to love for me. Started with spite, turned to love, because there's times when, wow, that's some real magical words. When people say, I've never played with an all-black table before, at a table that I've organized, oh my God, that shit gets me right in the heart. I'm like, I made a little bit of magic. I did so much special for this person that they've never seen before. And now their eyes were open the same way my eyes were open for black games, black queer games. It's beautiful.
It is.
So that's where I'm at. It started with spite because we've all been There's no correlation. There's no real correlation of like, hey, what if a white person played at an all black table? Like that wouldn't mean anything. It wouldn't. It'd be something, but it's not. It wouldn't be the feeling of a black person playing at an all white table.
Right.
But for all black table to get together, these all black tables, that's just beauty. That's just love. Just when it goes out really, the first 20 minutes when it's really awkward and y'all don't really know each other until like 21 minutes in, and everybody's like just on the vibe, on that same level, just playing with our people.
Just having a good time rolling
that's
dice.
Just magic. Yeah,
it is. It's magical. You got a point.
Y'all know that skit that's like Black Lady Courtroom.
Yeah.
For me,
immediately fell into it. Yeah,
it's the like pure unadulterated joy. Like I will say this, and I know that maybe some people I've played with might be upset about this. The most fun I've had at a table has been all black people.
Period.
Like I've been at like. There are a couple of all black tables I've played in and are currently playing them, and those have been my favorite. Those have been the best storytelling, best jokes, best laughs, best emotion, sadness, hurt, all of it. It's the best. And it's because like I know like I'm gonna be spicy for a little bit. I know white people who essentially like have black players, you know what I mean? Black players that trust them. They feel like good that like essentially they have helped curate a space where black people can exist or be in it or whatever, right? And no matter how you might feel about that, no matter how close you are to your black friend, to your black TTRPG friend, is not going to be the same as they're not going to act the same that they would at an all black table. They're just not. Like, it's like they could be your best friend forever. That could be your day one A1. And it's the experience with them that you have is just not going to be the same.
It's not.
As if they were at a all black table.
It's true.
And there may be some exceptions to that. I've never met them. So.
I thought you said you was going to be spicy.
Listen.
Oh yeah,
it's spicy to some. For us,
it's spicy to some, certainly.
Right.
It's certainly spicy to
I
some.
mean,
for the people that think mayonnaise is spicy,
right? That's what I was just thinking. Like,
some people, I just dropped the fucking ghost pepper on them. Okay.
Okay, here, hold on. Let's talk about this.
Elevate it.
Let's talk about social theory. Okay. The reason it's not the same for the reason this is different for black folks. So to all our wonderful allies who are watching, anti-blackness is a worldwide multi-century project. And that project has for centuries taken our words, our culture, our bodies, our lives, and turned it into a global commodity, and then told us that what we are is bad, despite the ravenous, rampant consumption of everything black, everything African diaspora. Everything African, period. From the minerals to the cultures, the drum beats to the dances. So when we then pull it into TTRPGs and you get a table of folks together who are all black, all queer, all on the same page, it hits differently because what you have is an ethnic enclave. What you have is a small pod of understanding where you can take off the mental stress, the racial battle fatigue, the constant double consciousness
Oof.
and just
Bitch, preach.
exist in a way that other people have been told the world has been made for them to do.
Mhm.
That's why it's different.
Mm.
That's
But we didn't
yeah.
come here for a lecture.
Listen, I
Joking,
don't. I'm
joking.
here
I
for a
came
lecture.
here.
I'm
No,
here for a
I,
lecture.
chat, I am
Oh, you
absolutely
didn't
no,
sign
I
up.
just like I find it personally hilarious that the person who is preaching nothing but truth
Yes.
like is like, I didn't come here for a lecture. Like, nah.
No. Yes.
Please.
Drop the lecture. We listen. Fucking
Do-
straight
um,
heat. You said double consciousness, and I think my
Mm.
heart stopped. I don't know what
And do you know
happened.
how tiring it is to be like, we here already? No, we not.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
We aren't here already. That's why I don't hang out with. I need time away from y'all sometimes. I'm
For
sorry.
real.
Because
Like,
here's the so when it's an all black table, we get to be whole.
Mm.
Right? We actually get to talk about intra group shit.
yes.
And when it is not an all black table, like, you're always the representative. And that's a strain. That is stress, right? Not all stress is bad, right? But it still means, right, you are on that P's and Q's, paying attention to what it means for you to be doing this in this way, in this space, where in a black space, you can show the complexity. I can play, I can have a black fuckboy NPC who is the absolute worst at a black table, because when everyone laughs at it, they're laughing with me because they all know that guy.
Yep.
If I have that NPC at a mixed or predominantly white table, it starts to feel a little bit like a hate crime if they laugh.
Yep.
That's exactly how I feel. I'm like, why are you like, I literally be like, why are you laughing?
The question becomes like, what in specific are you laughing at?
Exactly.
Are you laughing because ha ha nigga, or are you laughing because ha ha asshole? You feel what I'm saying? Like, and the problem with the teehees is that it's so hard to differentiate between being laughed at or laughed with white people, because the former is always so much more, I guess, what is the word I'm looking for? Ingrained. Yes, that's a yes. Yes.
They don't even know. They don't even know what you're doing. How are you supposed to know? It's
exactly
because they're not thinking about why they think it's funny. You know what I mean? They're not analyzing, why do I think it's funny?
Right.
Does everyone know who Josh Johnson is?
Yeah,
the comedian.
Yes, I wanted to get tickets to see him.
Going to a Josh Johnson concert, these white ladies, these older white ladies, sat next to me and my doppelganger partner, and they laughed so hard at jokes that made me so uncomfortable, because I was like, I know you don't know what he's talking about. Why are you laughing?
Oh no! I just thought about that. I was gonna try and get tickets to go and see Josh Johnson for me and my partner. And like, I also, like, the show is taking place in downtown Seattle. So I like that layer just made me like, I don't know, because now I don't know if y'all gonna be laughing at the supposed haha nigga man. Like, what is happening here? What are you giggling at? You don't get the references. So absurd. I do still want to go see his show, but my God.
That's one of the most frustrating parts about being in white spaces sometimes, is that you know that your lived experiences is going to be their story they tell to other, probably their black friend, but definitely other white. But your experience is going to be a story for them. to entertain people, and it's like
Yeah.
that's really my life though.
Yeah.
It's not something you could tell at over Starbucks or whatever. Like,
This is like
Yeah. And it's not
something.
like
it's weird.
No, something I realized being at one of my first all black tables, because again, I haven't been super lucky enough to just be at all black tables. I've been at mostly mixed tables.
mm,
Um, that I discovered recently is that when I code switch, to and when I'm at mixed tables, I am default like present masculine, and there's a part of me that I have like my gender representation, even as a non-binary, like is more masculine and has to be, I have to present that way, and at least in my head, I have to present that way just to, because that's how I've survived up until this point. It's been quote unquote easier for me to present that way. And
yeah.
having that like when I'm at that all black table, I did not have to worry about presenting any type of way. I could honestly like drop the mask and be myself and not have to worry
Mhm.
about my gender expression. I can explore the more nuanced takes on femininity and masculinity and stuff like that. And that was revolutionary to me.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I am tearing up now. So I'm done talking.
No. Don't start, because if you do, I will. Like I will. And that is a threat. Okay. But I feel you though. Like, as the truth of the matter is that like gender is a fuck. Like it's a fuck.
Mm.
And like the problem, like I understand what you're saying, Casper. I do. Cause like when I am playing at a table, especially a mixed table, I am automatically black woman. It doesn't
Mm.
matter that I'm non-binary. They will she her me all goddamn day.
Yep.
The way that I look in these honking tits. You know what I mean? So like I automatically become spokesperson. I automatically become, yes, you feel me, right? So
Yeah.
I automatically become spokesperson.
Mm.
I automatically become like token. I become the one, right? And like it's a lot of strain to exist as a black person, period. To dare to be black even in your imagination, because that is preferable to you. A lot of people it ain't, and that's sad, but whatever. um to loudly proudly be yourself,
Mm.
you must feel safe, and it's hard or damn near impossible to feel safe with in mixed company. Like it's hard in the house. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like it's hard in the house. How much more so outside?
Yeah.
Like it's bonkers to think about. And then when you come to these black tables and you build that community and you get to just tell a story and be yourself.
Mm.
There's something so fucking powerful about not how do I put this? Not being black by designation, but being black by pride.
Mm.
Being black by choice, being black on purpose in a way that
Not being
only
black out of responsibility, but
Yeah.
out of
exactly,
passion.
Yeah.
exactly, but out of passion, exactly that.
Out of privilege,
Out of
honestly.
privilege,
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
fucking choice and honor. Fuck the bullshit.
And
Being black is
something,
dope as fuck, actually, just to put that out there.
no, for real. And something that I want to add is especially being in black queer spaces, like
Mhm.
there is a like safety and like joy that comes from being able to explore a variety of characters with different genders without
Mhm.
having the way that you express yourself as that character affect the way that your gender is perceived. Like
Yes.
if
Mm.
you are non-binary, for example, like I've experienced it, but also like I'm she they, I append as feminine, like people see me as a black woman, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like watching people like who are trans or who are non-binary be in mixed company, and essentially they choose to like, you know, use a character that aligns with like a gender that they are not, and then
Yeah.
they are like seen as that gender themselves. And it's not, I know it's not on purpose. I don't really care that it's not on purpose, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I know that they're not thinking of it that way, but it's like they're not, it's almost like in mixing blackness into it, like that happens to queer people and trans people already, but once you mix
Yeah.
blackness into it, it's
Now we
kind
have
of
to be
like now you
flattened.
are locked into that because you wanted to play the character you wanted to play.
Right. Right. We're no longer 3D at that point. Now we are simply a token.
Mm-hmm.
There's another side to this, which is for me one of the most challenging parts for roles is when I'm at a all black table and then I am trying to play a non-binary role or a trans role. Sometimes even other black people don't speak, especially cis black people, right? They don't see it, they don't care, they're not interested. It's just, and that's kind of one of the most honestly painful parts about it. It's like, oh, you don't
Yeah.
even see my character. Like you don't even see like this part of me that I'm trying to put into this character.
Yeah.
So
No, I get that. I
yeah.
truly get that. That's like Casper mentioned it earlier, but was talking about like I'm doing this for other people like me. Like that's my why. Like that's why all of this, because I did not see me. And like I'm sure Blueberry, Satinius, Apple Pie, they have their own whys, but that's my why. Like I did not see black, queer, and trans all at once people playing that, like we're playing these games and telling these stories, whatever, what have you. And I love being black, but blackness and black people have intra-community work to do. And for black cis people, and black like heterosexual people, I forgot the word for straight for a second. But for the non-queers, like it is easy to be flattened because that's white people shit.
Yeah.
So for me, the why is very much like I want to see people exactly like me. I want to see people like me to prove that it is possible that we can take up that space. And if I don't see it, what did Casper say? I have the queer audacity to fucking do it myself. And I think that's what each and every one of you have done too, is taken, no matter how you got to this point, you have taken the goddamn audacity to tell your stories and put yourselves out there for people like us to see. And that's fucking important. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. We're going to do our last question here, and then I'll go around and we'll ask where we can find all of our wonderful panelists. That's a 2 minutes from now problem. So let's talk about what your black queer joy looks like. And it doesn't have to be TTRPG related. Just tell me what makes you happy these days.
Oh, sorry. It just got really quiet. Like, dang,
Yeah.
we ain't happy.
Had to think deep about it.
Hey,
I was like, damn, we out here
Yo,
talking
here.
like, yo.
it got
You look
turbulent. The
like you was
telepathy
about
got
to
real
talk.
loud.
You was tapping your mic.
Honestly, seeing black people win.
Yeah.
Seeing us win, and also playing at I mean, this kind of goes into like promoting stuff or whatever, but so I'm right now in Hex Heist, which is run by Meadow.
Yeah.
It's an all black table. Meadow, Carrie, Spunky Taylor, Brie LaFay. And when I tell you, I don't think I've had like that's probably the best fun that I've had at a table. Like
Oh yeah.
truly every single experience, it's like the drama is there, the like kind of all the things that we've already talked about are in
Mhm.
there to the point where it's like I know sometimes like a lot of us like we're like, oh, I want to be like, a big TTRPG player, da da da. I don't really feel that way.
Mhm.
I'm kind of like if I'm doing something, even if there's 10 people in chat and they're all talking and hyping up and we're having a good time and a key, that's fun for me. Like
Yeah.
and that's where the joy comes from. Just like keeping it real. And for Hex Heist, that's where I'm at right now. It's like an amazing story. Everyone's just so fucking funny. Like and we can
Yeah.
all be like our level of funny. It's like a level of funny and joy and references and culture that
Mhm.
you can't like just get anywhere. Um
Right.
so for me, that's where my joy is stemming from right now. I just like to have black experience. I like to play fun characters. And that doesn't mean that I'm not having fun at other tables. I do.
Yeah.
It's just being myself at a table, no matter like who's at it. That's where my
Mhm.
joy comes from. And if somebody got a problem with it, it's like, okay, cool, goodbye. And then I
Right.
disappear into the ether, never to be seen again.
Period. Also, fuck yes, shout out to Meadow and Hex Heist crew. They be doing their big one. I really need to catch up.
My joy is creating and
Mhm.
just being able to create everything or do nothing and embody the complexity of like being a person and not letting this fuck ass society deny
Hmm.
my humanity. Right?
Period.
My joy is it's the dance, it's the TTRPGs, it's the putting together black tables, and it's I mean even work, right? Like I work my caseload is overwhelmingly black queer folks, right? I work with my
Yeah.
community. And so even being able to talk about things and be like, hey, so that thing you're feeling, yeah, you feel bad because it is bad, and feeling
Mm.
bad is not a disorder. It means you're having the appropriate response to bad things.
Yeah.
And saying that shit out loud and living out loud and then being like, cool, so you feel bad. What feels good? What makes the fight feel good so we can keep fighting is joyful to me, and that's where TTRPGs, especially right now, are for me. And like I just started this performance for activism and community organizing class, and whenever I was doing Black Liberation Play Day, and just bringing games into organizing, into activism to reignite creativity in people, that's joyful for me too. Because for me, joy is not an independent act. Like liberation, it's best done collectively. And so my joy has been, even though the world sucks, like getting together with friends, making plans, making sure we know like we are ready to go at a moment's notice when shit happens. Like finding joy in the fuck assery has become my gospel, and I will fucking sing it.
Period. Oh, sing it from the rooftops, baby. Whoever would like to go next.
I am currently having a hard time. I'm gonna be like straight up. I am having a hard time finding joy in my
Yeah.
day-to-day life. At this point, it's like hitting me from all different directions. So I'm pretty much existing out of spite.
Yeah.
Um, so where I do find joy is in like patterns and repetition. So I'm like rewatching old shows that I freaking love. And just uh finding avenues of creativity that I can manage and feel like I'm moving forward in them is where I'm at.
Oh yeah.
So
Sometimes the fight is an everyday thing, babes.
yeah.
It's totally true. It's totally true.
Can I say I don't want to can I say something?
Yeah.
You don't always have to move forward. The fight sometimes also means staying in place, and joy can also be static, and that's okay too.
Fuck yeah. Y'all gonna make me cry. We got you, babes. All right, whoever would like to go next.
I'm some of them. What was the question again?
What brings you
I'm
joy,
losing my
Mark?
feelings about everything. Oh my God.
No, that's
brings
so
you
real.
joy?
Okay, what was it?
your-
What does your Black queer joy look like?
Yeah. I'm all about. There's two sides of me. One is very impatient. Like I want things yesterday, especially as bad as everything is. Like if I could just do something wild and change it, I would. But the other part of me is planning and strategizing with my colleagues. That to me is bringing me a lot of Black joy, a lot of joy. We get to gather together. We get to strategize about what we're going to do in the future, how we're going to do it, who's going to do it. It's one of the. It's challenging to work with people, but it's beautiful to come together and butt heads on things and come to a conclusion and come to an agreement that's going to work for everybody. The other thing that brings me Black queer joy is I'm low key also on the Big Titty crew. I have my Z cup inflatables right to my side right here. I'm not wearing them now.
Yes.
But that is one of my Black joy moments. It's like, oh yeah, this feels good.
Work, bitch.
Yeah, listen. They were expensive too, let me tell you, but that's a whole other story.
Listen, you better step. Okay.
Yeah, I just like kind of like I feel on Casper too. It's like things are so rough right now that sometimes all we can do is plan, and the plans take time to even see fruit. So
Yeah.
just working towards something, even that brings me joy. That it definitely is good to be static, but even slow movement can be a little bit of progress. So I'm rambling now. That's all I
No,
gotta
you're
say.
fine. You're fine. I appreciate it. Okay, Brie and Apple is down to y'all too.
Yeah, I think yeah, obviously it's a bit more difficult in recent times to kind of find queer Black joy. I think that mine for a while now has been coming from the act of creation, and being able to kind of venture into like these sort of realms and to be able to create stories, to create characters and to create worlds and to create art that can kind of provide a sense of escapism, but also to provide a sense of recharging outside of reality so that reality can be easier to face. And I think that's what I do generally try and do like with my art, and I do think that brings me a deep joy to be able to hopefully create something that can make improving the world at least easier, if not from a like art and inspiring like people to take action, at the very least providing a place to recharge in a healthy and holistic way.
Fuck yeah. A warm hearth. Shelter in a storm, man. So
Yeah.
let's, if you guys have been rocking with us, please put your hands up metaphorically if you can for my wonderful panelists today. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming and talking with me and being a part of our Black queer joy. We would like to, I'm going to go around and allow you guys to introduce yourselves, tell people where to find you and follow you, what you're working on, all that good fun stuff, and then we will close out here. So I'm going to start with Lamia, and you can popcorn from there.
Okay. I'll be less glib about it this time. Hi, I'm Lamia. My pronouns are they them. I do a lot of things. So buckle up, motherfuckers. So I am one of the archmages for the PAX Together Intersection Games Library, the Storytellers program. At Unplugged is my baby. I'm the lead. So go apply and then make sure you check your emails, because I don't play that game. I will kick you out if you don't check your emails and respond. But we are looking for sponsors to bring back Demo Days, which was a program that helped devs of the global majority and queer devs get space on the expo floor and be able to expose their games to people in ways that they are frequently denied the ability to do and don't know how to do. We lost our sponsor because of the US government bullshit tariffs. So if you know people with money or you work for a company, yeah, hit me up so I can send you over to my boss to see if that's a thing so that we can keep helping people. If you like that work and you ever go to any PAX, because all of the PAXs have the intersection, make sure you tell Reed Pop that you like the intersection and you would like them to like keep that going, because, you know, diversity programs are kind of a rough bit. So I do that. I am a mental health professional and a community organizer and an activist. So if you are in Chicago, you may see me around. You may see things like Black Liberation Play Day, which I'm trying to get the funding and things to bring back, which is a monthly intergenerational day of play, typically on the South Side, for Black folks. That I did. I am the GM and host of Woke Mental Wellness, which is my podcast. We are releasing season 3, actual play season 3, which is each season is a different story. So you can start at any season you like. And the first talkback episode of season 3 of series 3 is coming out on Monday, because the show is all Black, all queer, all people talking about mental health and wellness. So we play a game for some sessions, and then we have a talkback session at the end of each. So that's the podcast. I stream. Hi, I'm Mental Lamia on here. I am missing stuff. Just follow me on my socials. I do a lot of things. So that's the less I have shows coming up. Shit. I am gonna be on Starcrawl's show starting in 2 weeks. I have in October, I am one of the GMs for BIPOC Vamp Day. Also in October, I'm gonna be I'm the GM for one of the Halloween one shots for the Queer XP. I think that's everything I can announce for now. Cool. I'm done. Brie.
Hi, it's me, Brie. You can be not you, me. You can find me in places. Next week is gonna be the mid-season finale of Hex Heist on Thursday at a time. You can check my social medias for when that time is. I'm pretty sure it's 7 p.m. Eastern, but if it's not, you'll know if you follow me. And other than that, I will also be doing BIPOC Vamp Day in September, October, one of those dates. There's a date there. Just keep, once again, social media is going to be your
September.
key. September, thank you. I don't remember if we're allowed to share which ones we're in yet, so I'm not going to, just to be safe. But if you want to see me and also a bunch of wonderful BiPAC people, you should do that. Get Intergalactic Teas. You can go get it on the Griot Anthology. Griot Anthology is an anthology of several micro RPGs made by all Black people. So you should definitely go get that. And Intergalactic Teas is in it. And if you want to play, if you're curious about how the game works and how to play, within at some point in time within the next couple of weeks, Baddiebards will be releasing the Intergalactic Teas actual play, which has Alix, Blue, Casper, Ava, and I think those are all the people, and me. Yeah, I'm in it too. I'm the DM. That's me. And what else? I think that's it. Oh, check out my website, busy-brie.love. I made it. I do website stuff sometimes if you want me to, and if I feel like it. I build apps sometimes if you want me to, and if I feel like it. And so check that out for my portfolio. Check out my social media. If you can't find me in literally any of those places, you could probably find me in your floorboards eating all of your crumbs and taking the money that you so graciously put down there. Speaking of money, I don't know, pay me for being beautiful and amazing. Thank you. That's it.
But
Mark.
correct though.
In the floorboards and everything. I was wondering what that noise was.
Hey, yeah.
Me, knock knock.
Oh mercy. I don't like you talking about my crumbs though. But anyway. What's the word, Blurs and Nerds? It's a 41-year-old non-binary boy, Mark J. You can find me on Apochromatic Unlimited. Oh, kitty in the building. Sorry, distracted. Apochromatic Unlimited, we're an all Black Indigenous person of color space where we produce games, we run streams. I've got some really cool spooky projects coming up with some people. TBD, essentially. But we are reorganizing, which means we're going to come back even better and harder in the future for all the good stuff that you want. You can also check out my podcast, None Shot with Mark J, where I interview people of color in the space about TTRPGs and what it's like to be not white in this space. And it turns out it's tough. All my guests are like, damn, this is a challenge. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't listen. Everyone's got a fun story to tell, and it's good to sit down and talk to people about those kind of things, tell their stories. That's basically it for me right now. I'm in some stuff that's upcoming. I don't think it can be announced just yet. But I'm happy to be here. I'm so thankful to be here and tell a little bit of my story. I'm happy to share the space with all of you, other panelists, and listen to your stories because we need to be out here telling our stories. The more we do it, the more quote unquote normal it gets, and then it's just how we can be. That's me though. I'm gonna kick it to Aepel.
Hi there. I'm Apple Juice. It's Apple Juice spelled like Beetlejuice. You can find me on TikTok and primarily on our wonderful Baddiebards projects, including Echo and Hearth Holler. Yeah, that's me, and I've had an absolutely wonderful time doing this. Who hasn't gone yet? Popcorn Casper. You're welcome, randos themselves.
Osio Unali'i. Hello, friends. My name is Casper, the MB Ghost. I'm a Black Cherokee sapphic writer of sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. And I do whatever the fuck I want in the tabletop splits. Because I have the queer audacity. Basically, I'm in stuff, but it's on my calendar and I don't know what it is or when it is. I just said yes, and it's going to be upcoming. You can follow me on social everywhere at Casper DANB Ghost. I am terrible at promotion. Also, like, I might as well tell y'all now. I started my own gaming company because I got a couple of games that I've developed, like card games that I've worked on. and developed, and I'm gonna be launching that soon. It's called Casper Haunts Games because that's what I do. Um, and yeah, that's what I've been working on. When I should, well, not should, but when I said I would be streaming, I haven't been. So I've just been working on that stuff offline like a lot. It's been my entire life for the whole year.
I
So
get that.
yeah. You follow me and keep an eye out for my first game launch. It'll be happening soon.
Fuck yes. As soon as you get socials, drop them hoes. I need them. I need them. Thank you much. That's
Definitely.
everybody, right? Oh, cool. All right, awesome.
You.
So me, right? Okay, got you. So me, all right. Hey, howdy, hi, y'all. My name is Alix. I use they them pronouns. I have been your facilitator for this evening. Give it up for my wonderful fucking panelists. I had an absolute blast here today. I am. What do? I am currently executive producer and creative director over at Baddiebards, the channel that you are watching this lovely program on. What's out? We have Chasing Caspian, Hearth and Holler, and this wonderful panel, as well as our show Echo. If you want to catch up with what we have done, World Replica is out and about. So just take a peek at what we got going on. If you want to see what we have happening, follow us at Baddiebards. And if you want to keep up with me personally, because I do be on these internet streets every now and then, you can find me just about everywhere at AlixAMA_ or just AlixAMA. So yeah. Oh shit. Oh right. I also have a game. It is called it is called Cole's King. Thank you, Blueberry. um oh yeah, I am also in stuff. Hold on. Yes, I'm in stuff. Okay.
See, I love how we're all in stuff, and it's just like follow us
Okay.
on socials.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one because after I finished, I was like, shit, I forgot a thing.
No,
Don't
right, I'm
ask
in
me
stuff.
to remember
Okay.
what I do or what time I be there. I put it in my calendar and I show
Thank you.
Put it in
My
my calendar.
neurodivergence
That's
is
it,
like it's in
bruh.
my calendar.
I'll remember when I get the notification on my
Thank
phone.
you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I'm in stuff. Hi. I am in on the Nerds with Dice channel. I'm in a campaign called Valkyria, I think it's called. It's a Vildheim campaign run by Vivi. Those are on hiatus for right now, but please be sure to take a look at what we have. It's been an incredible time. I'm playing a character named Ariane, a just your average thunderstorm ganassi with a big ass scythe. Yeah, they're cool. Anyway,
Yeah, but okay.
I am in what's the other thing? Oh yeah, this Sunday on Pixies and Pins channel, I am in a Thirsty Sword Lesbians one shot following the adventures of a polycule. Um that started on Classic Sam NYGM's channel. So go ahead and watch that one first if you want to get a vibe for how the polycule is. But if you just want to see what we're coming up with next, we're doing Princess's Birthday on Pixies and Pins channel. That is this Sunday. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Yes. Also, my game, Cole is King. It is dropping eventually. Follow me on my socials if you want to follow that. I suppose it is a game about steampunk witches. So I thought that was a cool concept, and I think you might too. So follow me on my socials for announcements about that. That's it. I think that's it, gang. I think we did it. Look at us. We wrapped it up in a nice, neat little bow. All right, we're gonna get out of here, gang. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Stick around for. Let me double check. Yeah, stick around for the raid. We're gonna go and head to Fuzka's channel. And if you want to watch some D&D, Fuzka's mad chill. So yeah, go ahead and get yourself some snacks, go be a human, and chill out with Fusca. We will see you guys in September. We will see you guys in September for something very cool. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. We're out of here. Say goodbye.
Bye.